Good evening, everybody. Let me get this one thing set up real quick. My internet's a little slow today. We do have JJ. I'm always slow today. What are you talking about? But welcome to season 3, episode 1 of Almeria Redux. We had a fateful encounter last session. Sadly, JJ was not able to be there to witness everything, so we will do a quick recap of everything that happened. After fighting off the corrupted versions of both Urigiri and Keiko and defeating them, and making sure that Kome and Suzume were taken care of, the party descended further into the depths of the Coffir ruins, where they encountered Shokan, who was in the process of performing a ritual to corrupt the dragon egg that was in the center of this cavern. Um, During the fight, Shokan did summon a chaos dragon during the fight, which the party was able to defeat. Was it Moon? No, it was Goss. Goss died and used his boon to come back. And after a grueling and harrowing fight, you were able to successfully destroy Shokan before the egg was completely consumed by chaos. All thanks to Niklaus sacrificing the Worm Guard's Aegis to bring forth the divinity that Bahamut is. The dragon egg is now non-corrupted and in your possession in your bottomless hole, or what is it? Portable hole.
Yeah, please not my bottom hole.
After the fight, you were able to be teleported to Druaga's tower, where you after the egg was removed, you saw Druaga's heart, which was chained by darkness. Moon was successfully able to shatter the chain surrounding the heart, where you brought it back to Druaga, placed it in his chest, and he gifted you his tower, and he disappeared. You all were distributing gear. I had assumed you would probably sleep, so I want to ask first, what all would you like to do?
Well, now we got a tower we gotta maintain. No, I'm curious. The Paris are gonna be here. Correct me. That's once a year they do that, though, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it's not like. When was the last time they did it? Because I kind of did it out of turn.
As you were asking these questions, a gigantic tome lands on the table that Druaga was once at. And it basically lists rite of passage, name list, date list, and all the things you need to know about your culture.
Interesting. I'm gonna assume my name's the last one on that list.
It is.
So if I go up one, there should be a bunch with the same date. Or at least one with the same date. Anyway, I don't know.
Yeah, you would see that 6 months ago a rite of passage was done.
So we got some time.
At the very beginning of the book, instructions will appear. When the time comes for the next initiation, you will be given tokens and crests to give to the champions. And Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Shortest book ever.
Right. Is there anything else in that tome, or is it just for that?
It's just for that.
Okay, I was wondering if it's going to be like one of those ask a question, all of a sudden a book appears and tells you the answers.
As you ask this, the writing underneath the last thing about the token says, "I'm not a magical etch a sketch."
But you are magical.
True.
There's so in the center of this tower where we fought, there's the sending stone or I forget what, the memory stone or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Is that still corrupted or is that cleansed or whatever from
So
what was going on? We had that fight in there.
are you talking about inside of the
Because this whole thing is memory
Yep.
stone.
Yeah, the whole tower is memory stone.
Right. Like when we had that fight in there, wasn't there like some corruption or anything, or is that there's no corruption?
There is corruption still. It's just that it's slowly going away.
So if I remember right, there were multiple levels to this tower, and I called dibs on the level that was below this that we were on before.
The library.
Yeah, I'll share it with Moon because it's kind of his jam too.
All right. You will each have your own rooms that are custom tailored to you specifically as well.
Okay.
Cool. We do got to figure out what to do with some of this gear, though. Like, pretty sure that I am encumbered as well.
We have a tower. You just put it in the chest.
Right. Just you drop it
Hold
the
on.
floor.
Let me
Drop it on the floor.
hold on. I think I still have this.
You said we rested, right?
Yes. No, you have not rested yet.
Okay, then I won't click the button.
Everybody should have access to this on the ground.
Yeah.
So if you want, you can put your stuff there.
I'm gonna go ahead and put this hammer, maul, or whatever in there. Figure out a way to make it less cumbersome for me.
Okay.
Oh, and delete the Aegis out of my inventory, or did you want to keep that somewhere?
Keep it for now. Put it in the treasure chest.
Okay.
Because I did not. I don't have that item anymore. For some odd reason.
I think that's all I'm gonna put in there. Unless they want
Apparently,
the random bird egg.
I've got 2 cinder claw gauntlets. Okay, put those in there too.
Yeah, 2 of them, but 1 for each hand, right?
Okay.
I would assume when you equip it, it just equips to both hands, but yeah, I got a quantity of 2.
Uh-oh.
Let me see.
And I got to see where you can tell when you're encumbered.
On the bottom of your inventory, there's a blue bar.
Oh, yeah. Shit, I'm still nearly.
So when we were down in the river Nyx, I was able to craft a mana potion, and I did.
Mm-hmm.
Are we gonna have a use for that?
Yes.
Okay.
Why can't I put my bands of force over here?
Are they attached to you?
They shouldn't be. I'm wearing different ones.
Let's see. Bands of force. Where are they at?
My equipment. Hmm.
I don't see them. Where are they at?
Okay. Look in the treasure box and see if they're in the treasure box, because it might be that they've moved and I'm not seeing the update.
Um,
Bands of Force. Oh,
That would-
son of a bitch.
they're in the
Or shield.
inventory.
There now.
Yeah, there was some lag, and I got like 7,000 errors that I can't move something over that's already been moved over.
Huh. I've got a button to sell all treasure on my character sheet.
Also,
What?
JJ, when you get a chance, you do need to. Something happened to your character sheet. I don't know what's going on with it. I'm showing you missing a level 9 ancestry feat, a level 10 skill feat, and
Level up. He might not
So
have
I
leveled
just-
up.
oh yeah,
I just have the leveled up, dude. I was level 9, you guys reached level 10, and now I'm catching up.
okay.
That doesn't answer my question, and I didn't ask it out loud because I don't want to break the flow of the game.
Okay. You see.
Yeah, what that guy said.
um, for that one, let me see if I can do it on your character sheet.
You don't have to do it. You don't have to do it now. It's just something for later.
Okay. Let me take a quick break. I'll be right back. I'll keep you guys up. You can talk on stream. Just be right back.
These messages. We'll be right back.
I believe this is the part where we verbally abuse the audience.
So we make fun of ourselves. Oh, I'm sad now.
Wait, you're both the player and the audience? That makes no sense.
I'm confused. What is total wealth? Is that just like the value of everything? in
It's
my
an
inventory?
estimate of the weapons, yeah, of all the stuff. So like my glacial scepter, which is actually pretty cool. It says the price is 500 gold pieces. I bet it's probably worth a hell of a lot more than that.
Oh, okay, yeah, because my bow, I was like, why is my total wealth? My bow is almost 180,000 gold.
I gotta figure out what I've got that's causing my total wealth to be so high. Oh, well, braces of strength for starters.
Belt of long life, 15k. Yeah, that belt of long life is the only thing keeping me alive in the last fight, since it sets my constitution modifier to +4 from 0, or whatever the hell it normally is.
In other words, you got a rather substantial boost in health.
Yeah. It's 40 hit points at this level.
Well,
It's so
that
many damn hit points.
does
Over
that
half
mean I
of
don't
the
look?
hit points from my belt.
Does that mean I no longer have to use interpose to divert the damage from you?
I mean, I have 108 hit points. So, like, I have some. I I went from like because I have two, I think, items that can give me a +4 effective bonus to an attribute. One is dexterity and one is constitution. My dexterity is actually like a +2 or a +3 right now, so I'm definitely taking the do not die magic item. Hmm, yeah, and apparently, holy shit, that's why it's worth so much. Once a day, for 2d4 rounds, I can recover 15 hit points each round. The actual shit is that. That's amazing. Fast healing
Jesus Christ.
15.
Your health. That's your fucking belt.
That's my belt. It's so cool.
That's nice.
I don't know, man. Nobody wanted it, and I'm like, man, that'll give me some hit points. And now I'm looking at it, and that's like freaking amazing.
Well, I didn't want because I already have a lot of HP, and I thought to myself, well, statistically speaking, you'd get the most out of it. I didn't know about that
do.
ability.
It's
Then
a
again,
great fucking ability.
who knows? Maybe it will come in clutch. The only heals I need to worry about is the mega heals coming from the clouds, unless he forgets how to do them again.
Holy crap. Like, he healed me up to full in one slap, and I was on, like, death's door. Because the boss was not fair. He was not okay. He was an asshole, and he was very strong. He, like, looked at us, and our hit points just went away. They didn't exist. He just was spanking us. We got freaking lucky.
He literally one-shotted Goss.
Well, yes, that was a save or die spell, and he did not save. He critically failed. Critically failed. He just.
I wish
one
I did.
shot.
I wish I'd been there to provide some form of assistance.
Oh, you would not have been able to provide that assistance.
Spear in my chest.
Yeah, like you can't uncritically fail a save. Also, hitting him was borderline impossible. He critically hit just by looking at us. And his AC was incredibly high. It was a tough fight.
Yeah,
Like,
if you
I
weren't
took
rolling
mental.
20s, you weren't hitting.
Yeah, save for half was amazing. Auto hit, amazing.
So as you guys are settling into your new tower, you find that you're really exhausted. And you will all rest unless you have other things you want to do inside the tower.
I'm pretty certain I want to sleep because I got the shit beat out of me.
All right. Sleep overcomes.
Before we
Yep.
do that,
Yes.
I'd like to remind. We're not touching the treasure right now, right? And this is the treasure from last time.
This is the treasure. This is the group treasure that if you want to put stuff in it to save for later, it'll stay here and will never be removed unless you guys remove it.
And so anyone can.
This is our storage, basically.
Yeah.
I really wish the image worked and wasn't a stupid white box.
You might have to refresh your page.
Oh, I'll refresh them.
Come to think of it, I don't see my portable hole in my inventory.
You should.
Did you leave it in the cave?
Hold on. Did you put anything in the portable hole?
Egg.
There you go.
Sweet.
I don't think I gave you one.
Did you lose our fucking egg, priest?
Just so you know, there is a dragon egg in there. I just don't have a item for it.
Really? Outside of resting, I think Niklaus would want to know what is going on with Limmel, because we left her with Mrs. Altera. Is this something where we're going to want to, like, have an infirmary in the tower and, like, daycare,
Oh, wait.
essentially?
Wait, we're adopting the kid? Oh, jeez.
Might as well.
Can't we just put her in an orphanage and then we can hope that one day she grows up to be a mighty adventurer?
Yeah, and then she gets adopted
mean-
by an evil status and then trains her to kill us.
I mean,
Hey,
essentially, because of my mom, her people are dead, so...
Yeah, your mom's the worst.
we still need to find out what your dad is up to. Maybe he's
Probably-
opening Go ahead.
I say either dead or secretly BBEG, big bad daddy.
BBDG is what you said? Big Bad Daddy Guy? Oh, jeez.
Okay.
Uh.
Somebody should look at the Cloak of Swiftness. Its activated ability is kind of cool. Also, is there any way to make the Black Disc Aeon Stone not shitty?
Let's just hold on to it for now and figure that out later.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm asking the DM.
Oh.
Like, is there like a quest to cleanse it so it doesn't give you like permanent unhealable damage?
You could go probably looking in the library.
All right.
Should probably clean up the poison in the room next to us.
Yeah, we'll have to invest in the hire some workers.
Got to get the plumbing up to speed.
That cloak is pretty awesome.
You can fly and you're concealed. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's 15,000.
It's essentially the bracers of strength, but for Dex.
Man, if nobody else wants it, I'll take it. Doesn't have like a skill requirement, does it?
Just invest it. You have the investing slots.
Well, 10 magical items you can invest. I wonder. My bow isn't like that, is it? No. Oh, my hunter's cowl is.
Oh, I apparently already did that.
What?
I rested twice, apparently.
All right, so y'all are resting?
Yeah.
All right, as you all go to your each individually assigned rooms, sleep takes you. And in your sleep, you all will have a dream. Darkness has weight, but it's not just the absence of light, but something deeper, heavier. The kind that settles in the bones of the world, long after the fire has died. Shokan's quest may have failed in the real world, but tonight, his body is not broken. His soul is not cast down into the void, and the world remembers his touch. You're not watching this. You feel it, you smell it, and you hear it. You stand in a broken Almeria. Mountains weep molten stone, torn open by shadow-forged siege engines. The oceans are still, their waves frozen mid-crest like glass, as if time itself has given up. Above, the sky churns, but never breaks. Storm clouds boil in place, never releasing lightning, never moving forward. Always in perpetual suspense without climax. The sun is gone. In its place is a pulsing inverted eye of shadow. All around you, forged ones claw up from the ground, more refined now. They look more human in their gait, but still soulless. Almost as if they were undead. Some wear silver-fist sigils, twisted and burned into their chest plates. You actually recognize one of them, a face from your past, a comrade, a traitor, and you. You each are all twisted, horrific, forged members. You see the denizens of the world screaming, but their voices are devoured before reaching your ears. And in your minds, only one voice speaks clearly. This was always the plan. Chains break, flesh bends, but will can be reforged. And it is the voice of Shokan. In all directions you hear it echoing. At the top of the tower that you now reside in, you see Draga, not free but bound, his skin molten and skeletal. He's inverted upon his own tower, upside down. The tower itself, now a forged prison, fueling the war engines of the forged. Then you hear it, music, a broken lullaby. A childlike form huddles from beneath a mountain of bones. When you find her, her eyes are glowing blue, and she looks up. You gave him the heart. Now we're all his. And as the vision fades and the dream fades, you all will wake up with a faint metallic scent in the air. Your hand burns. As you look down, you see a metallic mark, almost similar to the forged initiation rune, but different. And underneath each of your pillows is a letter. Victory is not the end. The dream of control still lingers. Quiet, patient, waiting for the next to wear the gauntlet. Signed, a friend in the shadows.
I'm going to rub my temples, and I'm going to say, I've had it up to here with this weird ass cryptic dream. You know what? You know who will know something about this? Mr. Moon. Go wake that old geezer up. And I get off my out of my bed. DM?
Say again, I'm sorry.
Did you not hear me, or
You're still robot for me.
can
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm awake.
should I even attempt to roleplay this session? It seems
She
like
wakes me up.
Mike.
Yeah, okay, now you're good. You're good.
Okay. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is walking over to where Moon is. I'm going to kick open his door. I'm going to say, "Wake up, old man!"
Okay.
I'm assuming you had a creepy ass dream.
Uh, I'm assuming we all had a creepy ass dream, and I'm assuming that while I get the other half of the group up and you get the other one up, we meet in the kitchen and discuss what the hell these creepy ass dreams meant. Uh, and
Sounds good.
by discussing, it means I'm going to nod along and pretend to understand what you're explaining while you figure out what's going on.
All right. Well, I think half of that can be done.
Great.
Let's go wake everyone up and meet in the kitchen. That's about as far as I can promise.
All right. So you head down to the kitchens.
Yep. I'm going to go wake up the cleric, assuming Moon is going to go wake back up Goss. Unless his
Oh.
friend is already up and about hunting elk.
Alrighty.
Very well could be.
As you're heading through the tower, you notice that the areas that were dirty and messed up before seem to have somehow righted themselves. Books are no longer strewn upon the floors. There's no more dust. It looks as if it's been very well kept. Floors are polished and cleaned. In the kitchen area, new wares seem to have appeared. Brooms are moving of their own accord. And in the food prep area, it seems as if an unseen force is providing cooked meals.
You're a polished knob.
You're a polished knob.
Sorry. That's my bad. I apologize, Dan.
It's fine. It's all in good fun. That got a good giggle out of me.
Goss, you are able to find some deer, not elk.
No, I was okay. Yeah. I was hunting.
All right. While you were hunting, a group of elven hunters from the elven communities assist you.
No, that was nice.
They don't ask questions.
Did we partake in the first blood of the night or the day?
They look at you as if you were a country hick.
Well,
So that's not wrong.
they can kiss my ass then.
That's just harsh.
Tis a bit harsh.
Only a true elf would drink the stag blood. I guess they're not true elves. It's whatever.
Aren't you half?
No, I am 100%. What does my character sheet say?
Whatever it says, that's what I am on.
I am what my character sheet says.
I am an elf. Woodland elf. 100%.
100% half out.
I'm also assuming, Goss, that you went out early enough to catch the first, before the first rays of sun over crest to a mountain or a hill. I assume that you would do what?
I said, indeed, I did.
All right, so you would be back well before everybody, pretty much, well before everybody else would be up. And you,
In the kitchen right now.
yeah, you, as soon as you bring the deer in, it's like an unseen presence grabs the deer from you and starts skinning expertly. And there's basically a whole entire basically preparation station is built for skinning, cleaning, got all the hunting acronyms you can think of for deer, and actually the blood is saved to the side. And
Weird ass power, guys.
as you all descend, well, at least Moon and Sir Kine, as you all get to the kitchens, Niklaus, were you woken with them as well?
Well, I said I was going to go wake him up.
Okay. Niklaus, you hear a knocking at your door.
Yeah, I'm already sitting on the edge of my bed, kind of swinging the thunder mace back and forth, reflecting on the dream that I had, and so I'll just say, "Doors open."
Don't drop it.
I step into the room, notice him swinging, and said, "Hey there, fighting the ghosts around the castle already?"
No, just thinking. It helps to keep moving.
Yeah. Hey, listen, Archivist. You don't mind me dropping the formalities for a second? You okay? We kind of got passed out drunk last time before we had the chance to really get to the root of what was bugging you.
No, I'm good. Just had a weird dream.
You don't want to talk? You don't want to... not that I'm going to force you to talk, mind you. I mean, your problems are your problems. Paladin's honor and whatnot. Just letting you know if you do want to talk to me about anything, I'm but a stone's throw away. That being said,
I appreciate it.
I do think you need to come with me to the kitchen right now, because something tells me we all just had the same weird ass dream, and Mr. Moon is going to help us get to the bottom of it.
Assumptions.
You know, that's a lot of pressure to put on Moon.
Yeah, but I am not terribly smart, and he is, so not my problem.
I'll chuckle a little bit and get up off the bed and start walking towards the door.
All right, let's get going. Just don't swing that mace at me.
The day's still young.
So I would like to say to the castle, though I appreciate you skinning my deer, but next time ask.
It doesn't have a face.
Too bad.
All right, you all make it to the kitchen.
Hmm.
You're all sitting down, getting prepared to eat. When all of a sudden you hear 3 loud knocks. These sharp raps echo through the vast obsidian doors. Not frantic, not polite, confident, military, and measured.
Sorry, do
No,
they
this
think
is the
they're going
type
to
of...
interrupt my breakfast?
The castle can do everything else but open the door. Can't believe it. I'll go open the door. I'll see who it is. Is there a peephole? Like, can I look through it or see an eyeglass?
There is not.
I'm gonna follow him in case I need to tank. Unlikely that I'll need to tank, but I might as well.
I'm gonna whip the doors open as fast as I can and be like, "You." So
I see you're prudent as ever, Seeker.
indeed I am. I gotta seek. I'm seeking.
All right, you open the door.
I do.
All right. Before you stands a man in steel gray armor with an immaculately tailored to precision cloak that covers the majority of the armor. His posture is perfect, and the slight breeze, moves it just a little bit to where you can see the silver gauntlet underneath. But something in his stance betrays the script. You don't see fear or doubt, just weariness. And behind him, nothing. No retinue, no weapons on him, on his person. Only a single black steed tethered to the tree line, its breath curling in the mist. In his hand, he carries a scroll, sealed in dark wax, and around his neck, barely visible beneath his armor, a small cord, worn and fraying, threaded through a charm that doesn't match his uniform. And his voice cuts clean through the quiet. My name is Captain Idrin Vale, Silvervist Vanguard. I come not as a soldier, but as an emissary. And he pauses. But it's not for dramatic effect, but it looks as if he's choosing his next words with care. His eyes drift across the structure, studying not its defenses, but its age, its memory. You've taken possession of a place once thought myth. You've woken power that nearly tore Almeria in half in the past. And worse, you freed one of the old powers. He steps forward, extending the scroll, not aggressively, and says, You may believe yourself heroes. The Council sees only escalation, recklessness, and divine contamination. This letter is not a threat. It is a warning and a choice.
I suggest you give us the scroll and get the hell out of here, because we do not want to talk with you. Ain't that right, Seeker?
I reach for the scroll and I say, I could say the same for the Silver Fist. And I close the door. Bye.
All right.
Wow, that was really, really, really odd. A silver fist. Just showing up, yeah, front door. What the hell was that?
Well, they know we're here. Well, we should probably have Moon look at this, make sure it's not whatever.
I'm just glad I'm the one that came down with you and not the archivist. I am not sure if he would have been able to stay his hand.
What did he say his name was? Captain Ginyu?
And Idrin Vale.
Captain, can you?
Warn me before you do that shit.
All right, so
Let's go back to the kitchen and hand it to Moon to do his.
I'm going to do my resonance, I guess, to see if I can find out who wrote this.
it looks like okay. So what you see is the man that Goss and Kine described, standing in front of a very, very well-dressed man, like almost kingly in stature, potentially a sultan, if you might say, with turbans and robes and jewels hanging every inch of his body. Hands him the scroll, and you hear him say, Do take these to those, what are they called? The pesky people that have been foiling our plans. And take this to them. And you see the captain do the fist salute over his chest and turn and walk out. And then you see him hop on his steed, and the speed that this man travels across the land is immeasurably fast. And then you see him enter a grotto where he stops and looks around, almost as if he's checking to see if he was followed, pulls out the scroll, waves his hand across it, and the seal unseals. And in very, very tiny handwriting that you can't see as he's writing this, he writes something at the very bottom and then rolls it back up and waves his hand across it again and seals it. And as he enters this grotto, you see him enter a tunnel. And within seconds of entering the tunnel, he is now at the edge of the Elven territory in a little recess that you can see the tower, and he walks his horse over to and ties it up and knocks on the door. And you see all of this happen within 30 minutes.
Interesting that he was wary after a 30-minute travel.
Maybe the fast travel takes a lot out of you.
Mr. Moon, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that the accent typical of those who come from Macaw?
I believe that is the case. It's also the dress. I would
Uh,
assume.
Yes,
Just
you
so we're in the-
Having spent
just
some
so
time
we
in
are-
there.
you spent time in Macau.
Yeah.
and actually Moon, you would have known who the very richly dressed man is at that point. It is the Girin, the ruler of Macaw.
Ah. I will. Hmm. I guess that cat's out of the bag. Yeah, I spent some time in Macau. um, a lot of
What the
time.
hell? What the hell were you doing among turban-wearing slavers?
Not dying. Sometimes the best
I'm glad
place to
to-
hide is inside the trap.
Oh, well, it's nice to hear you weren't dying. That's a good thing to do. I mean, I think your analogy is a load of bullshit because the mouse should be nowhere near the trap, but I see what you mean, I think.
You're just dancing around it, huh?
Yeah. I mean, they're not going to be looking for you in your own den, right? Like, or they're not going to be looking for you in their den. Who, who being hunted by Macaw would be living in Macaw? Who's that brave?
A slave or somebody with a bone to pick.
Well, I had a bone to pick, but I was really just trying to not die at the moment. That's where I got into magic and researching little bits about my lineage.
Oh,
But
I find it rather interesting. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, but um, this it is worth noting that this seems to have been sent to us by, what'd you say his name was, DM?
Idrin.
The Girin.
Oh,
Yeah, the the Grand Poobah of Macaw, I guess.
oh.
Would be the best way to put it.
You know his name as Girin Namla Uwala, which translated to common is the purest heavenly light.
Sounds
Anyway.
a little full.
Well, he kind of has a right to be given the power of his country. He can call himself whatever he wants until someone kicks his ass.
Careful there. You're not talking
We should have sent a boot back with him.
Careful there.
That being
You're
said,
not talking about you're not talking about ruffling the feathers of some common bandit lord. That's that's the
We've
Girin
been
of Macaw.
ruffling his feathers since day one. What are you talking about?
Well, we didn't know that until now. I just find it interesting that it seems that the Silver Fist are being funded as, I guess, a terrorist group by Macaw.
well, let's see what this says. There might be some nuance of which we are unaware. I doubt it, but
I think the
all right.
message will say something presumptuous like surrender or die or stop interfering with our plans.
I have no idea. I mean, it could be any number of things.
Open that bad boy up.
Exactly. I am going to open this bad boy up.
All right.
And I'm going to be paying attention and looking for any kind of hidden message, specifically at the bottom.
There's no like
All right.
curse or anything, is there? No like anthrax letter or anything?
Well, here's the thing. I just opened it, so we're about to find out.
There is no magic and there is no curse on it. But first line reads, by edict of High Ruler Girin Namla Uwala, founder of the Silver Fist Accords and keeper of the Human Flame. Let it be known that the structure hereby designated Tower Number 91, known in the heretical text as Druaga's Tower, has been unlawfully occupied and reawakened by parties whose actions reflect sustained allegiance to non-human factions and destabilizing arcane forces. Your involvement in the liberation of a lesser deity tied to demi-human tradition, combined with your continued protection within elven-controlled territories, places your intent and loyalties beyond doubt. You are hereby declared collaborators in direct conflict with the security interests of the human nations. Your possession of the tower constitutes an act of magical insurgency. Your presence is a provocation. Your continued defiance is a line we will not allow to remain crossed. You are granted 3 days to evacuate the premises and relinquish all arcane assets to the custody of the following Silver Fist Vanguard. Surrender will be accepted. Resistance will be purged. There will be no second letter. In the very, very bottom, small handwriting says, "May the true light of humanity guide your conscience."
A true light of humanity. What a load of bullshit.
Yeah, the guard is probably part of some sort of resistance.
I mean, you remember when we had the battle over by, where was it?
Haven?
Yeah, the big battle where we met the guy with shadowy armor.
Oh, yeah.
At the end of that battle, we managed to capture one of their lieutenants, and after a very, very gentle interrogation, it did reveal that it seems that they genuinely do believe in the cause they're fighting behind, that being the eradication of demi-humans for some reason or another.
And also from the information that you got from your mother, Moon or Niklaus, is that they believe that demi-humans are the cause of chaos.
So is he still outside waiting for a verdict from us?
You open the door back up.
Guess we could go downstairs and check again.
Well, luckily the kitchen is on the main floor.
Get my workout in. Get my steps. I'll go with it.
But if you go to open the door, you do not even see a trace of him. Even in the grass in front of the tower, you do not see footsteps.
Even with my abilities?
Yes. It's almost as if they were magically erased.
Okay. Might have a ability for that, but we'll call it story related. Well, so it's a wanted poster, basically.
I don't know if it's a wanted poster. It's a get bent. Like,
yeah.
And as you go to close the door, a flutter of paper catches your eye. It seems like it's magically taped to the door.
Okay.
All right. In common, it says, "We don't need another Shokan or another tower waking up in the night. Please make the right decision while you still can."
We don't need another Shokan or a tower waking in the night.
Yes.
Now, where Shokan was that
room
tower?
It was a ruin. It was a monastery.
But it wasn't in any way a tower.
No.
Okay. Look at the map.
If anything, it was if anything, it was a temple / crypt because it had that big underground chamber.
But I mean, have we gone through? Well, we went through that tower on the other side of the dwarven. But that wasn't really corrupt when we went there. Do we know anything about another tower going corrupt?
let's see. You've already woken up. You've already woken Alaric's tower. Then you have Illendil's tower. There's only one other tower that you've been to, and that was that was the tower in Kelador, the Dwarven Kingdom. You have yet to go to the tower. Both Goss and Moon, you would know of the tower up north in the frozen wastes mainland that's above Macaw, and you would also know that there is a tower in the southern island off the mainland. Hypothetically, if you were to take a boat from Almori to there, it would take, let's see, it'd be about one hex is 10 miles, so 55. So 55 divided by 5 is 11. So it would be about 110 miles off the coast. And there, it's on the island, but you'd have to travel. And the only port on that island is on the island, or the town of Gentia, or the city of Gentia. And those are the only two towers left in Almeria that you have yet to visit.
I wonder if the book knows of anything, of any corruption in the tower, or what did he call it? Towers going what?
We don't need towers waking up in the night.
Towers waking up in the night.
That's when my tower's most awake.
I mean, the tower did come alive already. I mean, it's cleaning and gutting deer, and so maybe this tower already awoken.
So, can you fill me in DM on the functionings of a portable hole? They want the tower, and they want all the crap that's in the tower. How much of the crap can we fit in the portable hole as far as like our loot box and everything, in case we do lose control of the tower?
So what you know is that you've been given complete control over this tower. That also entails that you, the tower answers only to you. So even if somebody were to come and try and wrest the tower from you, it would not answer to anyone but you. So in essence, it's not futile, but it's like a kid running up to a 25-year-old and kicking him and then getting pushed down. That's what would happen basically.
So they would have to be stronger than the tower itself in
Yes.
order to take the tower from us, and the number of people are probably countable on one hand who could do such a thing, including the Grand Poobah of Macaw.
Correct. And you also have to, they would also have to deal with the entire elven nation that this tower is in the middle of.
So they would have to invade. After having invaded it, then still have the power after the fact, although I guess at that point they could just recoup to overcome the enchantments, the power, and the inherent will of the tower itself.
Correct.
All right. Well, I think we need to do a couple of things if that is the case. Something to know magic, like how. We,
Say what?
where,
Hmm.
I got screeched and I hurt my ear, so I didn't finish my sentence. How Again. Anyway, where was I? Back into roleplay. Mr. Moon, you wouldn't happen to have magic that can get messages across quickly, would you? Across
Yes.
large distances?
As it turns out, I have a magic item that has sending once a day.
All right. Then if it's not,
I
then
believe I do
if it's
anyway.
not,
Let me double check.
You also y'all also have that sending stone.
that's literally what Machu said.
Oh.
Yeah, the Aeon Stone Black Pearl.
No, the sending stone that the lady and oh something do Dark Dew Mill.
Could go for some pancakes.
Oh yes, I have two. I guess we have that stone, and I have it the Black Pearl Aeon Stone, which allows me to cast Sending once a day. So yes, we have at our
That is the-
disposal the ability.
If that's the case, I'd like to make two possible suggestions, and others are free to suggest or challenge my suggestion. Number one, I'd like to get in contact with that elven general again. I think she liked me. Not really, but let's pretend she did. I need to notify her of this information. The other thing I'd like to do is contact Galera, if it's be okay with all of you. If she can get the word, she can get the word of what has happened here to the rest of the Order of Bahamut the fastest.
All of that would be reasonable to do with the two items that you have.
Oh, I realize that's reasonable. I'm just seeing if any roleplay sparks or if any of them decide to say, actually, I have a better idea.
Yeah, I'm thinking, considering that this is a per day item, it only delays us by a day if we decide to do one thing over another. So it's really a minimal impact to
The el-
reach out to your
directly.
people.
Well, then, if that is the case, is anybody against the things that I suggested? Archivist, Seeker, Sorcerer.
I'm not
That's
against it.
reasonable.
Though I am curious, there's other ways that they could get into the tower. But those portals, the portals to the Perry Sue, those were all high up in the mountains, all three of them, right? DM?
Yeah, what's up?
So the three portals on the top floor, they all led to the Perry Sue Islands.
Yes,
Mountains, correct?
correct.
All
You
four.
also do have one memory stone portal in the upper tower.
So if say they wanted to try to take the tower by force, they could just use those portals or the memory stone. They won't even have to go through the Elven Kingdom.
I will say that since you guys are tied to the tower, anybody that means ill will against you cannot enter through the portals.
Yeah, then I got nothing.
In that case, I think we should definitely get the word out to any and all potential allies, and we should also bring any of our friends who may need respites into our domain, because can't touch this.
I could return to the Perisu and try to see if they could help and get Limo. We don't have to use
If that is the case, I suggest we execute all the plans at once. Matru, you will contact the two most immediately important allies that I suggested earlier, and Seeker, if you want to take one of us with you, will go and contact the Parisu and let them know. Jesus Christ, Jason, you're killing my ears.
I'm not doing anything.
Every time I
Every
hear,
while there's a buzz from you, Super.
Oh,
I wonder if your
Although,
mic is having some weird feedback.
I don't know. My mic is brand new. Hold on.
Oh,
check if
Yeah,
the
it's just
connection is loose.
Yeah.
I was going to say, JJ, the fix for that is also just turn them down a little bit.
I guess, but I want to be able to hear Jason.
But if I take one of you,
Hmm.
say if I take Boss, then Kind you're gonna come with, and that vice versa. So it'd be the three of us. But do I want to leave Moon here alone? So I could just go by myself.
If that is what you think is best, you know the Parisu best. So I would like to. I don't know what your standing is where the Parisu standing is with the rest of the world. It sounds like it might be evolve into a full-scale war. I don't know if your people want to get involved.
Well, they could at least be a supply line if we needed that.
And without further ado, I suggest we execute every plan we just suggested, unless someone wants to suggest otherwise.
Execute them all.
I can accompany Gus if he likes, in case he runs into anything. We've
Well, I
established that I can pretty much bring people back from dead, nearly.
I could probably move faster by myself and be stealthy. Probably won't even
Okay.
run into anybody. My only concern is we already had one Silver Vis knocking on the door. Might be better to have you three stay in the
Yeah.
tower.
Yeah, don't leave our squishiest member here.
I mean,
I don't know how helpful
I think the tower is going to give me enough support, right? DM, like I should be fine with the tower.
Yeah, the tower itself. Yeah, the tower itself is basically tied to all four of you. So if you're inside the tower, it would protect you.
There's gonna be like Beauty and the Beast when they storm the castle.
Yeah, pretty much.
Be able to get in because this is making zone, which is like some weird interdimensional cosmic balance conduit. So like they're boned unless they are in and of themselves at a demigod level.
So
Unless I have
That-
misinterpreted things, DM.
No,
Well, in that
you've
case, I don't
done
care.
pretty good.
I feel safe. I can hold the fort down. Between like my ability to cast icy death from above, which is not insubstantial. I'm not I mean if you guys want to go have some fun, like I can people up if they come to play.
So I think if we're all working on that, I want to grab this. I'm not sure which floor is which, but I'm assuming the floor with the alcove here is way up towards the top. And if that's the case, I want to take this giant, what do you call it? The telescope, looking glass, whatever. Move it there, and I want to start making notes of anything and everything I see as far as like any troop movement from afar, etc.
Okay. And JJ, who did you say? Galera and who else?
Galera and the elf general, whose name eludes me. The one that decided to say you guys are not welcome here, and then Bahamut would manifested in me. I was like, bitch, don't touch my boy, kind.
Okay.
I'd also like to point out something very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
My focus pool is supposed to increase to 3, but it's still at 2. How do I fix that?
Mm, Um,
Mine was a little low, but I think I'm up to max focus, so I just
Max
figured
is
I
supposed
would.
to be 3.
Yeah, I just figured I would ignore anything that was not me being a badass.
I'm trying to figure out how to do it myself. It's not letting me.
We don't have to do it right now. It's not important.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can always just like not use your focus pool or whatever. It'll work fine.
And also too, if it gets to the point where you have to use more than 2 focus points, I'll basically just give you one extra one while you do all that.
Got it. All right.
All right, so I am sending for Galera. You wanted her to show up, right?
I didn't say I wanted to show up. I just wanted to notify her. I mean,
Warm her so
tell
she can. Yeah.
Yes. So she can do Galera things, which are shadowy and mysterious, and who knows.
All right. So the way to contact Galero would be through the halfling at Darkdew Mills, and she would be able to get almost instantaneous connection to Galera. You can basically go out the front door of the tower and be within less than 10 minutes of a walk to, if the camp is still there, the elven camp.
Wait, I thought that he had 2 uses of sending. Does he only have 1?
No, yes, 2.
He's
Yeah,
just
so
saying
why
that we can walk to the like. It's not going to be
No.
much to walk to the halfling and say I need to get in touch with Galera and everything will be
Okay.
fine.
Okay, you know what? Sure. Let's hold 1 piece of sending in the pocket then, just in case we need it for something. Let's the. Can we leave the tower alone?
Yeah. Again, it's just as powerful if we're here as if we're not.
Okay,
So-
if that's the case, while
It's fine.
the seeker is over returning to his people, the 3 of us will make our way over to the camp and maybe make small talk.
Okay. All right. 1 second. All right. So you send off the message to. You're going to see the general first, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you go see the general. Goss, you head out to the to go back to the Three Sisters.
Before I leave, can I grab the cloak of swiftness?
Is it in the party or
think
party treasure?
Yeah, it is.
because I think you took it. Oh, there it is. Never mind. Because the only reason I asked for it is because I can fly for an hour, so that might shorten my trip. Let me just put that in my inventory. Cloak of swiftness and equip. Okay. All right. You may continue.
All right. Goss, Kine, and who else is going to see the general?
I think it's everybody but me.
All right. Moon, Kine, and Niklaus, you all head out to where the last known location of the elven encampment was. As you approach, you are basically almost stopped by sentries until they see who you are, and then you will be escorted to the general's tent, where You see that she is rising and has already risen and has started putting on her armor.
Hey, Miss. I lean over to Moon and say, "What was her name again?"
What was her name again?
Uh,
No, I'm asking you.
I know I'm asking the DM because my name memory is the worst you'll ever meet.
same here. I don't think I wrote her name down because she wasn't a super prominent NPC. So we're gonna go with Leilana.
There we go, Leilana.
Ilana, nice to see you again, Miss. I hope you're not planning to point your sword at me again.
As she's deftly and expertly putting or donning her armor, she calls over her shoulder. It's General.
Right, General. Anyway, these two very smart men, I grabbed them by the shoulder and pushed them forward, have something very important to tell you.
Speak.
Uh,
So, your god's awake now and has gotten the fuck out of Dodge. And yeah, we pissed off some people in Cobb who are sending Silverfist to try to take the tower. Thought you might like to know that.
She briefly hesitates putting on her armor, but then goes back to doing it. And how do you know that you've pissed off Macaw?
they sent us a letter.
They
Or
what?
accurately, they sent us, or accurately, they sent us an emissary to let us know that the Girin of Macaw is displeased with our occupation of the tower.
And she looks at one of the elven sentries inside her tent. Fetch the 2 guards that were on duty. And he swiftly moves out of the tent. We were not aware of an intruder. That's
He traveled by some kind of magical means. You wouldn't have detected him. He traveled from Macau to our location in about 30 minutes after receiving the note from, and I'm going to say the guy's name because me, I've already forgotten it.
the name of the emissary or the name of the Girin.
The name of the Girin.
Namla Uala.
Yeah. From his presence to ours took him about a half an hour.
She looks kind of disturbed that there was no alarm risen of an intruder. And as she's about to speak, the sentry returns with the 2 guards who look confused. And she lights into them. You mean to tell me that you let an emissary through and approach the tower and didn't accost him or didn't alert the rest of the camp? And they both stammer and say, almost in unison, not as if they practice it, but as if the same story aligned up with what they saw. And they both blurt out that there was no emissary. They saw Goss open the door, stand there, reach his hand out, and shut the door. There was no one present. And then, within minutes later, they open the door. The door opens again, and they pull off something from the door. And as they pull it off, they see the paper appear in their hand. And then they shut the door again.
I'm going to say that the man was probably not a ghost, and I'm going to say magic was probably at play. Does that sound like a reasonable hypothesis, Moon?
absolutely. You think he traveled from Macaw to us in 30 minutes without magic being in play?
I wouldn't know. Magic is
An
not my field
assumption
of
that
expertise.
these guards have absolutely any fault is absurd. Unless they are in and of themselves accomplished magicians. Uh, then I think that we are safe to say that they are absolved of any direct guilt.
She looks at you, kind of like rubs her brow frustratedly. Put them on kitchen duty. Replace them with 2 other sentries. Someone who can detect magic.
Uh,
You're an
just so
ass.
we're clear, just so we're clear, you're not doing this to punish them, right? This is not their fault.
Oh no, I would never punish them. Make that double kitchen duty.
I'm sorry.
No,
Aren't you the one ultimately at fault instead of them, since you are the commander of this garrison? Shouldn't
I
you be
put
the
my
one on
hand
kitchen
over his
duty?
mouth. I put my hand over his mouth and said, "What my well-informed friend meant to say is that you I think I'll go join the men in the kitchen duty. See you two later."
What is she gonna do to me?
She'll shake her head a little bit. Dealing with humans is never fun. Anyways, how long until they arrive?
We don't have a reading on that.
We had a 3-day notice to evict, right?
Yes.
So essentially, we're out in 3 days, or they're taking 3 days, assuming they don't arrive early.
Well, if one of them can arrive unseen and unheard and unknown, who's to say that they all can't appear this way?
All right, can I just go on a limb, DM? Like, it would be incredibly insane. Like, the level of magic for one person to do that is not the same as the level of magic for an army to do that, correct?
So you have to think that this tower is a deific structure. So unless somebody has,
For one guy to show up is one thing.
you've also experienced something like this with the tower south of Haven, or the battle south of Haven, where a shadow portal appeared and a rather large shadow-clad armored figure nearly destroyed you.
But didn't they have access? Like, they had control of it at that point, right?
They had control of the shadow portals, yes.
I mean, did they have control of, like, did they leverage the tower to bring the shadow portal? And the shadow portal opened up, and it wasn't like no one saw it coming, right? To just appear and be hidden from view with none of their magicians detecting anything, that is something that a person can do. But to do the same thing with an army is a scale of magic that would be not linear in terms of detectability.
Well, if
Like,
you
there might be a portal and they show up, but they're not going to like sneak in the back door and everyone's going to be like, "Oh, there's no army there."
I think that would be the biggest probability is the portal opening and the army coming through. And they're not worried about stealth or anything after the 3 days.
Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and, speak my part upon that, saying I think that if and when they come in 3 days, it is not going to be a stealthy thing. They will arrive, but there should be a lot of notice, especially if, you are on alert about the portal opening and the army arriving. It should not be an immediate thing. That being said, this tower, I don't know what means they could possibly have to overthrow this tower if it didn't want them to do so. Remember, it held a god.
Well, all we know, all I know, is that we are tasked with protecting this tower at all costs and all lives necessary. That is our purpose within this land. We may make some of the greatest wines Almeria has ever heard of and ever tasted, but our true purpose and dedication is to protect this tower.
Shooting your own horn aside, who exactly made this the rule?
Who made that the rule?
Yeah, you
Uh,
haven't been told to do this. Who told you to do this?
the very god that built the tower.
That's pretty good. Person.
He made it. He is one of the progenitors of our race. Of course, we are going to defend the tower of our creator.
Well, that removes any doubt I had.
Any elf in our area, and any elf, and she looks around to see if Goss is there. Well, any elf worth their salt would feel the connection to Druaga in their bones.
Well, we've come here to do what we said we were going to do. Is there anything else we will do? If not, I'd like to return to the tower and see how little Limble is doing, if it's okay with the two of you.
Are you asking me?
Uh, no, when I say that, yes, I say the two of you because you're that fat.
You know, she's not there yet.
There's one other
wait.
person here with us, so that's fine. I thought you were talking to your party, or if you were talking to this bitchy elf and whoever else is with her.
Fair enough. Sorry, because I'm still. I was half paying attention because I was updating my character sheet. Is Limble not at the tower with us? Where is she?
She's at the Parasu.
If that is the case, ignore that comment I said, except for the part where I said that we came to do. We
did what we
here and
came
did
to
what
do.
we said. Yeah, we did what we came to do. I suggest
Gotcha.
we make a retreat to the tower, unless you guys still want to speak, of course.
I don't think this lady has anything worth speaking to or for, so let's go.
All right. Let's see. You all will head back to the tower.
And the seed will fade over to show what the seeker is up to.
But before you leave, Leilana will say that rest assured that there will be no Silver Fist incursion on her watch, and that the tower will be provided the utmost security. And then you head back to the tower. Goss. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say something. I was gonna say a very pretty word, Captain, but don't count your chicken yet. Fate doesn't deal in absolute.
We will see. And Goss, you are standing on the mountaintop of your island's mountain. In the distance, you can see your. Yes, you can see Berthandi.
In my mind, I'm trying to gauge because I can use this cloak of swiftness for 1 hour before I have to land.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to gauge how far down the mountain can I go before, like if I jump, I could probably free fall for a little bit, activate it, and then go for an hour and then land. So I'm trying to gauge like how far will I go. I might all be there, but I can make a decent amount.
I'm trying to think.
Because it was like what, 2 days walk?
It was a 3-day walk.
But that's also not going in a straight line.
Ride the wind. You gain a fly speed of 30 feet for 1 hour. You also have to think that if you are jumping off this mountain and flying down, you're basically, what are they called? Freebasing and flying. So yeah, you may be able to move 30 feet like a regular move speed in an hour. But you also got to think too, you're flying and falling at the same time. So you'd basically have on a squirrel suit and make it to the bottom of the tower in half, like 1/16 of the time that it would have normally taken you. And you would actually probably get closer to the town than you would have been able to.
Now, is this 1 hour per day? Because it doesn't say like the recharge time. Oh wait, no, it does. Once per day. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna jump off and glide my way down.
You make it to where you're less than a day's travel away from the city.
Okay, so then I will walk the rest of the way, but stealthily, as stealthily as I can, without jeopardizing speed.
All right. You make it before nightfall.
And town looks fine. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Nothing out of the ordinary. The sentries on duty notice you. They raise their spears as they see you.
And I raise my hand. And introduce myself as the seeker.
They nod and wave you on in.
And I make my way to my aunt's hut or whatever building house.
Okay. You make it to the mother house, and when you enter, the Atira is sitting there, and she goes, "Nephew, I assume seeing you now means that your quest was successful."
Indeed, it was. It was a perilous journey, but Duraga is free.
Good.
And we were gifted his tower.
Even more good.
There's a couple things with that I need to talk to you about.
I'm all ears.
The coming of age journey to the tower, that won't change. I have instructions on how to do that, my part or the tower's part of that. So no worries about that. The second thing is we were contacted by the Silver Fist by Num Num Allah La La La, as Johnny said. So basically, the king over there in Macau doesn't like us in the castle, and he's going to attack us in 3 days. And now this war, for lack of a better word, doesn't really involve you yet. I don't know if it will ever involve the Perisu, but it involves the tower, and the tower has a meaning for us, so I felt that you should know. Whether you want to help defend it or not is entirely up to you. I am not going to push you one way or the other, but with the attack coming, I don't know if I should even consider bringing Limmel back.
Well, she is still recovering.
Okay. Now, she might recover faster in the tower because the tower is quite interesting. I brought in a deer and it literally picked it up and gutted it for me. It was quite interesting.
It is.
And I mean, if you decide to help, I will bring a squad and limo back. But if not, I would like to have her stay here.
I would very much like to see this inside of the tower.
Do you think that's wise to leave? It's a long journey. Well, we have the memory, so we could just zap back over there.
Yeah, you know the location and you're able to take people with you.
Now, the memory stone in the tower. I'm talking to the our memory stone might still be a little corrupt, so I don't know how safe it would be to use it.
Well, you also have to remember this, nephew. I did once make the journey myself.
Well, yes, but it has less to do with your safety and more to do with the clan.
Mm. Well,
Mother, you won't be here. How is that going to affect the clan?
well, they are very sufficient on their own. I just pass the rules. And, well, there's always my sister who could supervise while I'm away. Come now, nephew. You would deny your aunt the chance to explore once again. I'm not that old.
I wouldn't dare, because I would not win.
Good boy.
Very well. I will allow you to lead.
Allow. Well, so gracious.
In the side, show me how it's done. You know.
So gracious of you to allow me. And she will stand and she'll ask you to give her some time to prepare and pack. She will also ask one of her attendants to take you to see Limmel. What you see is Locke has been completely stitched up and cleaned and looks as if he is a brand new teddy bear. And Limmel is sleeping. She has a poultice around her forehead, and the color has returned to her skin.
Looking a lot better. That's good.
The nursemaids there say, "Well, of course she looks better. What did you expect? Did you expect, some city magic?"
Say that again. You say shitty magic?
Yes. City, shitty, it doesn't matter. The old ways are the way to heal people.
Well, I knew she'd be healed. I wasn't sure how much, and I'm glad to see the progress. You guys are doing a great job.
And she winks at you and says, "I may be old, I may be ancient, but I'm not daft. I'll get her right as rain within the day. Or two.
Maybe you should come with us.
Where are we going? And what do you mean, come with you?"
I'll let Mother tell you.
And as you're speaking to the nursemaid, the Atira walks in full accoutrement of travel, and you see a few bits of weaponry stashed in her backpack. Not fully out of sight, but enough to be, if it's a close inspection, they'll see it, but if it's just a quick inspection, they won't see it. And that's when she says, "Atilda, would you mind accompanying me on a short travel and bring Limmel with you?" And you see the older elven ladies face light up. Why, of course. I'd be most happy to see the world again. And you see her pack up her little apothecary kit, and she'll look at you, Goss, and say, "And there's this quick little magical ability that I've noticed about this teddy bear that she has." And he lays Locke on top of Limmel, and Limmel and Locke basically wraps her up, and basically becomes a fursuit for her.
Nice.
And with
Is it a onesie?
no fursuit.
Okay.
With deceptive strength, though, this old lady picks Limmel up, as well as her apothecary kit, and steadily walks. Shall we go now?
Indeed.
All right, and the Atira leads you to the chamber with the memory stone. Do you want to take this, or would we? Well, before she leaves, would you like to take the memory stone channel, or would you like to travel the old-fashioned way?
Well, I'd like to err on the side of caution, but if we don't use the memory stone, I don't believe we'll get back in time. So I think we're going to have to.
Then lead on.
I thought you were looting.
Well, you know how to portal through the memory stone.
I do. Now, is that something that talking to DM, do I just like hold their hands and do it, or they all do it individually?
Yeah, so you can you would have to do it individually, so you'd have to take her first and then then Tilda. So you'd have to come back through.
Okay. All right. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. All right, so I'll grab the first one and portal through. Touch the memory
Okay.
stone.
Okay. Let me get here real quick. I need something from you.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
Well, I haven't had that in a while.
Uh-oh. I passed. Okay.
All right.
4, so that's promising.
You easily make it through the memory stone and are able to have the Atira at the top of the tower.
Okay.
You go back through again.
Yes, I asked the Atira to wait in the because the library surrounds the chamber. So just wait in the library. I'll be right back.
All right.
Don't roll a 1. Boom.
All righty.
Crit test.
And then you appear.
Be immune for a while, right?
Uh,
So I'm back at the Paris.
Poor kids are just as
you're back at the chamber in at the Perry Sue with Tilda and Limmel waiting.
Now, can I bring both of them together at the same time, or do I have to pick?
Limmel is being held by Tilda, so basically you can bring them both at the same time.
Okay, I will do that.
Alrighty, and one last one.
That's a perception check.
Never mind. Don't do that one. And I'm not going to hit number 5 again. There we go. Alrighty. With that, you were successful in bringing all parties coming to the tower.
And I say, welcome to Draga's Tower. If you follow me, this is where, point to the table, this is where Draga was chained for this floor is a little unstable, but if you follow me, don't touch the poison on the ground.
Well, everything has been cleaned up. Everything is cleaned up. Yeah.
Don't trigger the poison trap.
And so that took you the better part of the day. Uh,
Okay.
Moon, Niklaus, and Kine. You get back to the tower and you just see unseen, in essence, unseen servants just cleaning and polishing and rearranging and making things look neat.
Moon, you're hella smart. Can you explain to a Luddite like me how the hell that works?
What? How the temple is, or the tower is cleaning itself?
Uh, no, how the toilet flushes. Yes, how the tower is cleaning itself.
I mean, it's a very low level spell to have a essentially a mindless um, force automaton, for lack of a better word, follow simple commands, and these have been commanded by the tower to do simple tasks such as cleaning. The more complicated the task, the harder it would be to do, but given the power of this tower, it probably has some kind of a will of its own, may or may not be connected to Duraga himself, herself, itself, um, to accomplish some of these tasks. If I were to
Atoma,
hazard a guess,
Atoma, what?
uh, automatically functioning Dillawhopper. In this case, force construct.
I need to start reading a book on the arcane or something. I'm tired of being in the dark about these things.
And- For those who practice magic, something like this is pretty common. Like if you've been in a wizard's tower, basic maintenance being performed by magic is
Oh yeah, I hang out in wizards' towers all the time, evidently.
well, I
But
mean,
can't you tell?
I'm just explaining, you know, to you that this is not considered the height of magic. Now, some of the more complicated tasks that it does, such as properly cleaning and gutting a deer, that's a little more complicated than you could give the base spell, which implies that something has greater control over what's happening with the magic, and those are like
This
delicate
sounds
tasks.
like, one second, this sounds like it's going to get complicated. You mind if I smoke?
um, only if you share.
Oh, you're a smoker. I reach into my pack. I reach into my pack and produce a second roll up.
Thank you.
I bring one of them close to my mouth, click my tongue like a lighter, and use my small breath of fire to light one up and pass it to them, and then light my own up.
Well, that's handy.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, don't tell the archivist that you're smoking with me. He doesn't seem to like it that I've picked up a bad habit again.
Quick question: is this tobacco,
I
or is
believe
this like hobbit weed, shire weed, or whatever they call it?
I believe I believe this is minstrel weed.
It's not tumbleweed.
That's how I learned magic the first time.
You just grab
It's just oregano.
I take a short inhale and then say, "So you were saying magic, yada yada."
Uh, so like sweeping the floor and getting water and drawing a bath, that's simple stuff. I could find or conceive of a similar spell and make that happen. But to give it the intricate tasks of like delicate cooking, like actual seasoning and field dressing an animal, um, that is that implies that there is a greater spell or a greater uh, mind or consciousness controlling it, which is uncommon even amongst wizard towers because it goes beyond simple maintenance. and into tasks that you would have to employ people to do.
He's up on the puffs, old man.
Yeah, I was about to say it's like Moon's over here like token like a champ.
Pass the fuck out. No. This is fine.
Oh, thanks for the explanation. Didn't know that you were so. Never met somebody who smoked so vigorously. I do it to de-stress. Why do you do it?
The last time that I smoked menstrual weed, I thought it was my last time. My last minute I was going to be alive. So it's a completely different type of relief.
That's one hell of a thing to drop during the conversation, sorcerer. You reckon if I drop the ash on the floor, the tower will just clean it up or something?
Yes, absolutely, it would.
It might
You
get
know what? You know what? Let's give it a try. I'm going to lightly tap my cigarette and let the ash fall on the floor.
You sense as if you are getting sternly looked at, and you can almost hear the clicking of a tongue as a dustpan, and a broom shuffle over to you angrily and gets swept up. All the while, you can hear an old, like, you can just envision like an old woman tutting as she walks away, like maybe throwing a stern, hateful glance back in your direction.
I told you there was a greater intelligence or higher level magic involved. It's pretty cool.
In other words, what you're suggesting is I can potentially piss the tower off.
Yes. And while I don't think it would actively hurt you, it might piss you off in return.
If that is the case, I need to find. You mind if we smoke outside? I don't know. I don't know where an ashtray is.
As you say, I don't know where an ashtray is. A little smoking stand appears in front of you.
Done.
So it's okay with the smoke and all the crap getting stuck to the walls, but it's not okay with the ash on the floor.
It's not like it has wallpaper, man. It'll be fine. It can clean all that up.
It's stone.
Oh, if this tower can bring me things just if I talk about them, the next thing you know, I'll need a wench and a beer, and I'll be all set.
Well, it can easily bring you the beer.
And then he has a
didn't say
mechanical winch.
You didn't say beautiful wench. You just said wench.
A hand crank winch so he can pull things
A
up.
wench.
You say you,
A winch, not a wench.
when you say wench, me appears, the little gnome or goblin trader. No, I'm just kidding. That'd be funny though. But yeah.
Oh yeah, thanks for all this, Moon. I've been meaning to de-stress.
That's right. Take it down.
I feel like we have.
That was a very real fake cough.
Oh, thank you, man. Yeah. Sorry about that.
You're fine.
Yeah, the Archivist is right. These things are going to kill me eventually, but
I hate
another
to tell you, given our current occupation, these are not the things that are going to kill us.
Well, you're right about that.
We are making some really, really powerful enemies. I do have a question, DM.
Yes.
My visions that I have seen, particularly surrounding this tower and its corruption of chaos, right? Like with Tiamat coming in and corrupting it over like what was it, like dozens of years, and moving from a regular tower to what it was, and now it's obviously like it's not completely cleansed, but it has been freed of that particular curse. Is there any way to capture what I have experienced and translate that to someone else?
See.
Pathfinder First Edition, I believe there's a spell called Share Memory. I don't know if that made it over to Pathfinder Second Edition.
Let me check. There is a potion. Let's see.
There's also a spell. Yeah, it's a level 2. Yeah, a sorcerer or a wizard can definitely learn this too.
What are we trying to do?
The DM, we're just having fun.
I'm trying to think where I don't see the spell in the list here. Hold on. Let's see. But yeah, you'd be able to either learn the spell or make the potion if you had the recipe for it.
I'll craft it for you. Just give me the recipe and the materials.
We have to find the recipe? Like, knowing it exists is not the same as having the, whatever it's called.
I know chocolate milk exists, but I don't know how to actually make it.
Well, it's a good thing you do happen to have a library.
Yeah.
That's ancient.
All right, let's, I am going to summon my Eidolon. I'm going to unsummon my Eidolon so it can move independent of me, and we are going to go research together inside of this thing to see if we can find such a potion.
Alrighty.
Or a spell or a scroll or anything of the that we can do.
Alrighty. Are you gonna leave the sending stone with Kine?
Sure.
Okay.
Mr. Moon, where are you going?
Oh, I'm going to see if I can find a recipe for a spell or a potion, and I know this might sound like I've been smoking some minstrel weed, but to share my knowledge and my experience of this tower's history with the Grand Poobah of Macaw. That.
Sounds fancy.
Yeah.
Oh. Thanks for sharing the smoke with me. If anybody needs me, I'll be by the front door. Oh, thanks. If anybody
Clearly.
needs me, I'll be. Go ahead.
The best ideas come when you're smoking minstrel weed.
Yeah, you know, maybe next time I can get some of the more powerful stuff if if we're in town.
Just give me a recipe. I'll make it for you.
All right. I'm gonna poof on over and see if I can figure something out.
If anybody
Alrighty.
needs me, I'll be by the front door watching the entrance.
All right. So Moon, you and your Eidolon go to the library. Kine, you and Niklaus are left in the tower.
Yep, I'm wandering the tower, trying to see if I can figure out where would make a good upper level stable, for lack of a better word. place to put a dragon egg that could actually come to maturity, and then
Um,
dragon can leave from said tower?
as you think of this, one of the rooms. Let me see. It is the. Oh gosh.
The one with the telescope that has the bird room.
The upper, the room right before the top of the tower would be the best one because it has an area large enough for the egg.
You thinking this one here?
Where you at? Yeah. And let's see. You want to walk there?
Sure. No,
Whee!
that's the other.
Whee!
Nice. Because I'm not 100% sure with the portable hole if time stops in the portable hole for the things in the portable hole or not.
I thought we determined it does not.
I don't think
Yeah.
time stops. Unless you have
Yeah.
like an hour of oxygen or something like that.
Well, and I
We
mean,
just have to
eggs.
open it up and air it out every now and then, or air it
I
out.
was gonna say eggs are permeable, like they need to breathe. So
Yes, you used to open it up and like fan it, and then air gets inside of it.
okay. So is Gauss back yet?
Yeah, I'm making my way down the tower. You're probably going to be the first one I encounter.
Making his way down tower.
All right. So, you were able to, Niklaus, you were able to find a suitable area. Are you wanting to do here as the area or over here?
One
Well,
of them
if
teleport
it's,
button, isn't it?
if it's over here and said egg hatches, is said young dragon able to get out of here?
Possibly.
Thinking a young dragon's probably large, which is what, 4 squares?
Yes. No. Hold on. So this would be trying to find. I don't think it'd be 4 squares.
Okay, well, yeah, over here would be great somewhere.
Alrighty. Boom. Egg. So the viewers at home can see.
With this being a big, wide open area here, pretty sure that is a teleporting rune.
Yeah, to the hidden top of the tower.
Yeah. So with that being the case, this should be our war room, for lack of a better word.
And actually you're on the 3rd floor.
Hmm.
But I see what you're meaning over here on the top of the 5th floor.
Oh, that's 5th floor.
It depends if you count the ground floor or the first floor. Not everybody does.
Oh yeah, then it would be the 6th floor.
egg is on the 4th floor, but the bird thing is on the 6th floor.
So do you want to move it to the bird thing?
I mean, yeah, so long as when it hatches, it's able to get out of this room.
Yeah, so looking at the way that this room is built, it looks like there's a opening in the side of the tower right over here.
Okay. So yeah, this will be our hatchery. Because I'm assuming we're going to find some more.
I thought this was the last one in existence.
Pretty sure
The only
we had
one
a
known
vision of-
in existence.
Many sessions ago, we had a vision, and we had to choose to go north or go south, and we both had visions of eggs in each, going up to the Three Sisters or south of the flowery Asian elf town that's to the south of the map. South of that yet. Unless I'm misremembering, but that's what I remember.
There are you know that there are potentially 5 eggs. And you found one of them.
Okay.
One is in a desert area, one is in a frozen area. You got the one that is in the marshy area. And there's one in a forest area. And then there's another one, and I don't remember where the other one is.
Okay.
We're kind of
Well,
fucked then, aren't we?
I would.
It'll come to me as I go. Trust me.
I love it.
I mean, I think hatchery room for sure, and then war room or council room is back where we just were when we had the first room on the 3rd floor, because it's open balcony, viewable. It's got a big table for having meetings with groups of people. Yeah. So I'm confused with the timeline, though. Gauss went and did a thing. We went up
Yes.
and did a thing. Did we get back before Gauss got back, or did Gauss get back before we got back?
No, you got back before Gauss.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
probably still making my way down the mountain.
Okay.
Yeah, this is all within like the 10 minutes after you got back from the meeting with the general.
All right, well, I'm gonna go to the bathroom quick then.
All right. Do you guys want to just take a quick break?
Yes.
All right. Well, we'll take a quick 5-minute break and 5 or 10-minute break, and we'll be right back.
keep falling from the sky. Every time you walk by, just like me, they're meant to be. Really, not a single one of you finished that off. Fuck you guys.
I don't know
You
the
were
song.
serenading my ass. So I'm sitting there and accepting your gift with a smile on my face.
For a second, I thought I was in a Disney movie.
On the day that you were born, the angels got together. I don't actually remember the next part of the song.
I didn't know any part of that song.
I think it's called Close to You.
Alrighty.
Oh, wait, have we been live?
No.
Oh,
Oh shit.
We weren't gonna say nothing.
And the world has heard the beautiful singing voice of JJ.
oh, my voice sounds like crap.
So are we gonna fast forward to when I arrive, or y'all still doing stuff?
I'm good.
I guess I can try to use the sending stone to very quickly contact Kalira, and that's it.
All right.
And we can hand wave my research if that's necessary.
Yeah, I can hand wave the research. Kine, you're able to bring up Hilda Greenleaf, the mayor of Darkdew Mills, who was the point of contact to get in contact with Galira.
All right.
She will let you.
I don't know how. 1 second, I don't know how sending works. Let me very quickly look at how it works.
I'm hand waving a bunch of stuff.
Okay. So can we just assume that I told her what needs to be said?
Yeah, you would tell her. She'll say she'll get in contact with Galira, and she'll message you whenever she gets information.
I somehow squeezed all this very important plot-relevant information within 25 words. God, I'm a genius.
She better bring pancakes.
Oh, didn't they say there was some kind of curse that prevented Darkdew pancakes from leaving Darkdew Mills?
Well, they better
Exactly.
stay away.
And you all finish this roughly. Moon, you'll be in there pretty much the rest of the night, even with the help of your Eidolon. It feels like hours go by as the dust, or as the dark begins to settle. You feel a hum shudder through the tower, and then another hum, and then one more hum, all within the span of 5 minutes.
I push off the door frame of the front door and I say to myself, what the hell is going on?
And Goss, this is your arrival back into the tower.
Okay. I show them around the top area. You know where Draga was, where they came in to when they did their rite of passage.
Mm-hmm.
And I bring them down into the tower proper. Where is everybody like down on the main floor or something? Or are they all just screwing around?
Niklaus is in the hatchery. Moon is in the library. Kina's down on the main floor. But
Well,
that might shortly change for at least Kine because something happened in the tower.
Can I ask
Well,
the tower what just happened?
Yes.
Does it like give me a readout?
What you'll hear is, well, actually, what you'll see is a faint outline of a butler. And he'll say, "Sir, there are 3 members who've entered the tower."
Members. That means they're accepted.
Correct.
Thank you very much.
and it'll disappear.
Now I'll say, remember Book told me just random stuff, and I'm going to say, Tower, where is everybody?
A faint appearance of a butler appears in front of you. Sir Kine is on the main floor. Sir Sir Hanul is in the library, and Sir Niklaus is in the hatchery.
What's your name? Because it feels weird calling you Tower.
I do not have a name.
Pick one.
I cannot think of one that I wish to be called.
Bastion. Bastion.
D4 V3. What is that? Is that what you want to call him? Is he like a robot from Star Wars? Dave. Okay, it is. You are Dave. Sir Dave of. What's the name of the tower?
Draga's Tower.
I thought there was another name for it. You are Sir Dave of Draga's Tower.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Will that be all?
You guys want anything? Tricky? No? No? You may go.
Thank you, sir, and he'll disappear.
Well, I don't know where the hatchery is, so I'm going to assume it's where I got my random egg. You guys want to go see the hatchery? All right, off to the hatchery. So
Sorry, I had a mouthful of food.
okay, that's fine. I take the group up to the hatchery.
You mean down to the hatchery?
What's up? Hatchery's on the top floor.
You were also on the very top floor. You had to do You had to teleport in.
Yeah, but you go up through the small circular staircase to get up to the floor that you're on, that I was on, and then you
True.
take the large circular stairway to go up to the top floor.
True. So you went down, then up. Got it.
Yes. The top floor of the main tower proper, not the magic top floor.
Okay.
That makes sense. Anyway, hatchery.
And you see Tilda goes in here, and when she walks into the room, it turns into basically a medical bay kind of thing. And she's able to set up her area for Limmel.
So, did the tower just sense we needed a medical bay, and it just transformed the room into a medical bay?
Yes.
Sweet.
But this is the tower. So the tower basically can only do things that are within human comprehension. So if a human can build a medical bay, it'll build a medical bay. But it can't produce anything magical. And it can only do non-magical, mundane things.
Okay. And I'll show my aunt into the hatchery.
Niklaus, Goss, and the Atira appear in the hatchery.
So, Atira, this is Niklaus. You remember Niklaus and our resident dragon egg?
Oh yeah, we got a dragon egg now.
The look of pure glee that goes across her face is immeasurable.
Why are you so happy? I wasn't that happy when I saw it.
You don't understand what this means, nephew. If there is a true dragon egg here, dragons can come back.
No, this ain't the only one.
Then you have to find them.
We have. Oh, don't kid yourself. It's on the to-do list. We just got to get after it.
If you're able to do this, then you would right the wrongs that this world has done.
Well, we can hope. There's a lot of wrongs that were done.
If you bring the dragon kind back, that means the order will slowly stable itself back out.
Watch the hope.
And what of Limmel?
She is in our brand new medical bay. Would you like to see?
We have a medical bay.
We do now.
Fascinating.
And inside here, what you truly really see is a few beds. You see trays and jars lined with simple salves, simple poultices. But then you see Tilda's apothecary kit basically has stuff made by a master. And she's tending over Limmel, who is now unwrapped from Locke. And being in this tower, you can also see that more and more color has come into her skin. She is looking almost brand new, healthy.
And I can't remember, did we meet Tilda before?
You have not.
No.
Not officially, anyway.
I'll turn the
Niklaus, Tilda, Niklaus.
Oh, it's a pleasure, young man.
Master Tilda, I assume this is your doing? Limmel being in such great health?
Master?
Big head.
She kind of looks down at her.
Had to have been done by Master.
I don't look that much like a man, do I? And she looks at you.
Is Master only a masculine thing?
I am a mistress. Thank you very much.
I think those words mean different things to you and me, BM.
Mistress is the standard feminine replacement for master.
I thought it was just a replacement for Mr., which is a landowner. Okay, no. Apologies.
Well, in
Mistress Tilda.
Almeria,
But she will respond with a wink, and she says, "Yes, I thought of an infirmary, and well, one appeared."
And I will walk over to, I'm assuming Locke and Limmel are still side by side. They're not like separate ends of the room.
Yeah, no. Locke basically is on the table right next to Limmel's bed.
I will walk over and marvel over the fact that she looks like she's on the mend, and I'll reach out my hands to Locke and just kind of like rub the top of his head, the teddy bear head, and say, "Welcome back, friend."
And you get an almost imperceivable look from this teddy bear, and then his paw basically reaches up and smacks your hand away from his head.
I was hoping he was going to bite you, but that'll work.
Nothing in like the "don't touch me, I'll kill you" kind of mode. It's like, you know, the cat that is in the box, and you keep pushing the buttons, and the cat's paw pops up, and it just like bats the button down.
I
Oh,
always
hate it.
pictured him with like a knife in one hand, like he'll cut you.
Don't poke his belly button. He's not Snuggles. He's at that point he'll become Stabby.
Stabby McStabby, that's his name. Bob, should we inform Moon and Kind of Limel's return?
We should.
Or I guess we could tell the castle to tell them. Let's try this. Sir Dave,
The same after image appears in front of you. Yes, sir.
could you please inform Kind and Moon of our presence in the, what do we call this? The medical bay?
Of course, sir. And he'll disappear. Moon and Kine. A after image appears in front of you. Sir Kine, Sir Moon, Sir Goss request. Apologies, sir. Sir Goss requests your presence in the infirmary.
Who in the blazes are you?
As Sir Goss has knighted me, I am Sir Dave. I am the keeper of the tower.
Okay.
You can tell them that I am busy and they can come and find me if they need me.
Yes, sir.
World-altering research to do.
Understood, sir. And the Dave that's in front of you, Kine, is just standing there after telling you all this.
Sure. I'll go meet him. Weird. Dave. Yeah. I'm just gonna go this way now.
As you wish, sir.
Wait. Well, where do I need to go?
Fifth floor, the apothecary.
Right. I'll do that. Thanks. Thanks, spooky ghost man. Be around.
And he'll disappear. Goss, Dave will appear back in front of you. Sir Goss, Sir Kine has said he will be here momentarily, and Sir Hanul is, as he put it, world-destroying research.
Very good, Sir Dave. Thank you. You may go.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Leave it to Moon. Always too busy to come say hi. It's all right. We'll find him later. Well, while we wait for Kine, is this telescope still here, or did that get moved?
It is. The room is now an apothecary. I just don't have an overlay for it.
Right. So did you guys set up like a war room, or where's the
Yep.
headquarters?
War room is on the 3rd floor? Question mark. And
Which one are you pinging at?
where the
Yeah.
teleporting bay is. And I mentioned earlier about putting the telescope here to do like a lay of the land kind of thing. So
Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah, it turns into I guess a war meeting room.
council chambers.
Yeah.
Well, how much time do we have before our time's up? Do we have one more day? Is it 2 days?
You after no, it's nighttime on the first day, so you'd have 2 more.
Oh, unfortunately, I had to use the memory stone to return because I wasn't sure if we would be back in time for any attack. But luckily, it was the corruption that was faded away where it didn't affect us. At least I don't think it did. I don't know if you want to give me all one so.
Yeah, I can definitely do that. And to the DM, if we have the time, would it behoove us to go back to the Dwarven Kingdom and talk some sense into the king? Given
You have
anything that spills out of here would eventually take into to his realm.
you have
Likes this, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
you have 2 days, and you have near instantaneous travel to and from there.
Yeah. So who all's in the council chambers with me? Just Gauss? Or
Uh,
two?
Well, we're still in the infirmary. Wait.
Do you guys do you want to meet in the council chamber?
That's fine.
I'll arrive. I'll arrive when the DM deems I arrive.
Well, Goss, Niklaus, are you guys in the council chamber?
Yeah, we can walk down there.
Okay. Kine, if you want to go to the council chamber, you can. Dave will appear before you. Sir Kine, Sir Gauss, and Sir Niklaus are in the council chambers.
You really need to stop appearing out of the blue like that.
I apologize. Would you like for me to warn you before I appear?
Sure.
Understood, sir.
With a jump scare.
Just
Coming
scream.
in!
Do a barrel roll.
I'm going to head my way over to the council room and I'm going to mumble under my breath. Weird ass tower, weird ass ghosts, weird ass macabre.
As you go to walk up the stairs, the rug kind of gets caught in your steps.
Yeah, keep talking smack. Dave will get you.
And also, Dave will get you in if you're in a short pinch and need money.
Good to know.
It's a different Dave.
All right, so and you make your way to the tower or the council chambers. The only person left is Moon. Dave will appear. Dave will appear before you again, Moon. Sir, the rest of your friends are in the council chambers. They request your presence.
What do they want?
I am not privy to their discussion, but I do believe that they want to destroy the world.
I don't think you're paying very close attention.
Probably not, sir. It has been quite some time since I've had to deal with people.
If it's not important, I'm leaving.
Understood, sir. Might I help you with your research?
If you can, that would be amazing.
Well, I am the tower. What are you looking for?
I am looking for a scroll, a spell, a potion, anything that can take a memory or experience from one individual and be able to impart it on another upon consumption, casting, whatever the trigger may be.
One moment, sir. And you'll see him like blink its eyes and say, third shelf, fourth row, back of the scroll column.
This is really going to be annoying if you can do this all the time. But thank you. I'm going to go grab it.
It is a recipe to make the potion.
I know, right? It's like takes all the fun out of the journey.
I knew the shit. Alright, I'm gonna take the blueprint for the. I'm gonna walk, grumbling under my breath, nothing serious, but just grumbling the whole way.
All right. All right, so you make it to the top of the third floor. So everyone of the party plus the Atira are present.
Nice.
Where's Dave?
Dave's not here, man. I'm sorry.
I love it. So Niklaus is going.
Go ahead.
Niklaus is going to suggest that we take our time to also inform the Dwarven King in the city of drawing a blank. That it would behoove him to also aid in this because they too have a sending stone, and DM mentioned a tower, so I'm assuming it's in a tower at their location, and Silverfists don't want towers waking up, and so it looks like Silverfists are moving.
Wasn't theirs like underneath their throne or something like that? Like they pushed a button, their throne moved, and we walked down these stairs.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
have a
submerged
tower.
tower?
No, their tower was out in the middle of a lake somewhere.
But it seems like, for whatever reason, the Silverfists, or at least Macaw, understands a number since we were called Tower number 91.
It's a lot of towers.
And what does each one of these towers hold a god? Because I remember the first tower we've been to held a crazy robot man.
He wasn't
was not a
That was
necessarily
Alaric.
God. He was a man that turned himself into a machine.
Yeah.
That was Alaric.
Yes.
Painfully, I imagine.
Doesn't necessarily mean there's 91 towers. 9 could just be like a placeholder for a letter.
It's true. Or it could be, instead of towers, it could be sending stone locations or anything, any number of things.
Yep.
The point is, they seem to have an inventory that is not minor and based on some kind of research as to the number of things that exist. So we shouldn't assume that they don't know where everything is.
Out of curiosity, very quick DM, from my knowledge from politics and my time in the Order of Bahamut, do I know if the elves would entertain an alliance with the dwarves? Especially the dwarves that have the dwarven berserkers?
You, Niklaus, would be the one to give you that information. But Niklaus, you would know that in times in the past, the dwarves and the elves have made alliances to help Almeria. Begrudgingly, and they aren't hostile towards each other, but it's like a Legolas Gimli relationship.
So I'll turn to, I'm assuming Keen asks this out loud, and if that's the case, I will turn to him and say, yeah, when the fate of demi-humans as a whole is concerned, they'll make their peace.
Alright, well that ought to be interesting. Oh, Mr. Moon. Good thing we saved, we held on onto that other ascending stone. We'll be able to contact the Dwarven King right away.
Oh yeah.
Just take the memory stone.
Yeah.
Just hope this throne is.
Also, I didn't think you'd be bringing your aunt with you, Seeker.
They didn't have a
Not
choice.
that
Hey, Goss, I need you to do something for me, if and that's okay.
What?
Don't sound so, helpful. I need you. I'm gonna hand you a recipe. I need this to be created as quickly as elvenly possible.
Have you tried asking the tower to do it? I wonder.
Dave will appear right beside you, Goss. It is
If the tower's going to do this, I'm going to lose my damn mind.
outside of my capabilities to do such, sir.
Well, I wasn't sure because you were able to pick up that deer and gut it like a champ, even though I didn't ask.
You're gonna hold that against the tower till the day you die.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna hold him finding that scroll, so.
I didn't say anything about that.
Mm-hmm. I can feel it.
You're not wrong.
Wow. I will make this. Dave, do we have a apothecary or potion crafting room?
The
The infirmary?
Dave will be
I
like,
don't know if the infirmary would be the best place to do it, but it could be.
I could do that, sir, but one of the rooms would have to be changed. Which one would be less used?
Well, we need the hatchery. We need some, not the top floor. Hmm.
Hilda has an apothecary with her.
What is this room that's got these white or these blue bowls or whatever right here?
Here. That, sir, is the storage room.
Do we need it?
Yes.
All right, this one right here. There's nothing in this room. What's this room here?
Run excess storage, sir.
All right, well, we can turn that into potion making.
Understood, sir.
My crafting chambers.
As you wish, sir.
Ring crafting?
Yes.
Minecraft, okay, chicken jockey.
First we mine,
Chicken
then we
jockey.
craft.
Love a chicken. All right. So I will, me and Sir Dave will make our way to the potion crafting room.
Okay. So Goss will go to the potion crafting room. Moon, McLeod.
Your aunt with us?
Yes. Have fun.
What the hell, Seeker?
She'll look at you and be like, "Oh, don't worry. This is exciting."
Yeah, you say so, man.
And as you all are,
Worried, as Gauss, I'd be more worried that Keen is going to try to get frisky.
Oh, get
Well,
after
if
it.
he tried, he would be successful.
Have I really set the bar so low?
Hey, that's very
Hey.
judgmental.
this is Almeria's version of the Pixar mom. Okay.
Whew.
Oh boy.
And the cat?
Have I not shown you guys a picture of her? Hold on. Let me see.
Is this Aunt Cass?
Oh God.
And
Oh
Adam.
no.
I'm trying to remember what her name is.
Gossip.
Um,
Has got it going on.
I don't know if I should be ashamed that I know what that is, or
I've never actually listened to the original song, but it's such a meme that it's difficult not to have at least heard it in paraphrasing.
I'm what was her name?
Stacy,
Stacy's mom.
got it going on.
what is Stacy's mom?
All I ever want. So long. Stacy, can't you see you're just not the girl for me? I've known it all along. I'm in love with Stacy's mom. Because that's appropriate.
Matt has definitely had a few to drink.
Dude, that's just a song from when I was in like high school-ish area, so.
I don't have her picture, but
You don't have her picture, but you promise she's hot.
well, AI thinks she's hot because it made it.
You have been getting better and better with AI.
I have.
Never did end up. Oh, anyway, that doesn't matter.
As you all are talking, and as the Atira, she starts to talk. You'll actually feel the tower like it's breathing, and then Dave will appear in the center of everybody. Excuse me, sir. I did do the warning. I did do the warning, sir. There is 3 presences wishing to enter the tower. They are non-hostile. They seem to be friendly. Would you like to allow them?
Are they Silver Fist?
Negative, sir. One is a female, and there are 2 men.
Does the female have red hair?
Yes, sir.
Oh, wow, she is quick. Do you two mind if I go downstairs to fetch her, or should we just let her in? All right, I'll be right back.
No need, sir.
I scampered.
She is not entering through the front door.
Of
Oh.
course not.
He's taking it in the back door.
Yeah,
door.
yeah.
Oh, my back door. Not again.
Shall I allow them entry?
Yes.
Sure.
All right, right about here, basically a shadow portal appears, and out steps Talon. Let me find his. Gyrus and Galera. And she looks around and she will say, "It's about time you got in contact with me."
I've been writing.
Yes, but do you know how long it takes for a dove or a raven to get to me?
Well, excuse me, I am not magical like the rest of you. I can't just jump through the shadows like you can with the snap of my finger. Anyways, good to see the 3 of you again. Ah! Oh, Gertrude, it's just you. Like I was saying, it's good to see the 3 of you again. Especially you, Gyrus. Looks like you've recovered from your wounds.
Yes, I was able to. And then he looks up and sees the Atira. Mother, what are you doing here?
Mother?
And that is where we'll end the session.
You.
Gyrus is
So,
Goss's
Is
cousin?
Gauss's cousin? Yeah.
Sure.
Not the weirdest thing.
And
that's
y'all
happened
didn't know?
today.
So-
It's been the case and you've just never mentioned it?
So the one thing that you do know about the Perisu is that if you are a clan member, you will know you're a clan member, even if you're exiled. If you're not a clan member, you will never know who's clan and who's not. And you've also never seen him. Now you've also never seen him have a clan symbol. But that's what next session is to find out.
All right.
Also to give me time to prep for that.
He's my brother.
He's your brother, but he's the son of your aunt? The fuck?
Brother from another mother. No, my aunt is the Atira. We just call her mother. So everybody calls the Atira mother.
But this sounds more like a, "Oh, mom, what are you doing here?"
Oh, so he is my cousin.
So, but anywho, what did you guys think?
Where did we land on going to Dwarfheim or whatever the fuck it's called?
I believe that was the consensus, is to go to the Dwarven Kingdom to get the aid of the dwarves.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I am going to be trying to entreat the Kingdom of Macaw to not be assholes.
You are
Funny.
incredibly ambitious.
I am nothing if not ambitious.
Just tell them that they don't want to do this because we have more guns.
We don't. But
Yeah, but I mean, mine's bigger.
if they can see that it is not the source of chaos is not us. I mean, I know full and well they're not going to, but I want to at least give them the chance to see the truth before we go and like lay waste to a kingdom.
Let them die.
You're too nice.
I said that out loud.
Yes, yes, you did.
Is that
So-
the image you were looking for, Soup?
What am I doing?
You were looking for a picture.
You're-
I said, is that
You're
the
getting.
Oh.
I'm not sure if that's the picture he was looking for, judging by that laugh.
Who doesn't
Yeah.
know?
Well, I figured when you mentioned the Pixar mom, I was like, okay, it's either Aunt Cass or it's fucking Mrs. Incredible.
It's both of them. They are Pixar mom.
Did you mean to make her attractive, or is it just that AI always tends to make people
No,
attractive?
that's what they made. She's slightly enhanced relative, but like, yeah, she was made by Pixar.
Yeah.
Roughly like that.
I'm asking Supa if he meant to make her attractive, or if it's just that because I've played with AI and AI doesn't make
It's
ugly
horny.
characters.
AI is horny. AI is horny. I did
Yeah.
not stutter.
Yeah,
It is.
you're not far off. It will not make an ugly like for example, I was for one of my campaigns, I was trying to make a ugly like vampire Rasputin like character, and no matter how many times I put the word ugly, balding, that kind of things in my AI, it just not will generate the type of image I want. Actually, I think I still have the images somewhere on my computer that I generated.
The AI generator I used for my character in our campaign did a decent job.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the point is trying to generate an ugly character, and I guess, well, I mean,
From what I've noticed using AI is yes man. They will always try to make something look really as good as it can, or it'll always agree with you and work with you in whatever direction you're going. It'll never try to contradict you.
Well, that's why AI sucks.
I want the AI to fight me. I want to have to pull my hair out.
I want the AI to go, you're asking me a stupid ass question. But it can't because it's not intelligent. Fucking
You
hate
want an AI with
AI is
attitude.
just a tool.
Mhm.
AI is intelligent.
Know her tools.
Oh, well, AI isn't true. Well, Jason, AI isn't true intelligence right now. What we're trying to work towards is something called AGI, which is artificial general intelligence.
You know, we should clarify as people started misusing a fucking word.
Yeah, but I think the reason it was called what it was called is just because it's very marketing, it's exciting, and it conveys the idea to shareholders quickly and somewhat efficiently.
It doesn't convey the idea. It oversells the idea of what the technology can do, and it makes people uncomfortable, which to some extent it should because it's shitty and stupid. Like,
mean,
it can
you
do
remember
some
when the-
things well, but most of what it
mean-
does is useless.
No, I understand that, but I mean, like, it's normal for stuff like that to happen with new technology. I mean, I remember when people were saying that VR gaming was going to be the future, and now it's this super niche thing that people really don't care about.
Are you serious? I would love to have my VR set back.
No, yeah, no, I'm saying it's niche. I'm not saying that there aren't people who don't like it. I'm just saying that it's not as widespread as people thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody remembers the Wii. Everybody's remember breaking things with those Wii remotes.
Dude, the Wii was awesome.
Mm-hmm. The Wii U shouldn't have been called the Wii U. They should have just called it the Wii 2.
Wee wee wee. Oh man.
Calm down there, autism man.
Have
I
you?
gotta get dinner going for the kids, so I'll
All right.
dip out.
All right. I was gonna.
All right, you guys have a good one.
Have a good one. Here we go.
Are we still live?
Yeah.
There we go. Wait, what go?
No, I'm
Watching this channel right now, I was like, these guys are fucking crazy.
That's what she looks like.
She kind of reminds me of like an Inuit woman.
Where did you post that?
In the actual game.
Almeria, the beginning.
Where you guys are actually playing on the screen and stuff like that.
In the VTT.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, thank you.
It reminds me of an Inuit. Am I? I'm not crazy for thinking that, right?
No, they're the Perry Sioux are basically based off of the Inuit people.
Oh, cool. Why doesn't Gauze look like an Inuit?
Because he was exiled and lived in mainland and picked up their habits.
He looks like an indigent.
Looks like an idiot.
I said indigent, but okay.
Wow. All right, everybody. Just to do the ending screen. I hope you guys had fun. We are encroaching on territory that could get me canceled. So, I hope you guys had a good game. For everybody popping in and viewing, I appreciate each and every one of you. You guys are awesome. We will be back in 2 weeks, same time, 5 p.m. Eastern. If you have not done so yet, go ahead and click on the Discord link in both the Dice and Destiny YouTube channel as well as the Dice and Destiny Twitch channel. We have a link for our Discord channel there. Be sure to click the thumbs up in the roles and rules, and you can chat with us directly if you want to. Aside from that, are there any questions, concerns, or qualms?
No, we good.
Alrighty.
Are you speaking to me or are you speaking with the audience?
I'm speaking to the three of you right now.
Oh.
I
Okay.
know, I'm cool.
Alrighty. Well, if that's the case, we are Dice and Destiny. We will catch you on the flip side if you don't flop first. Later days.